What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry, it's been a while and I know it's a little bright out here, sunny, but anyhow, got a few little updates on the OBS. Finally figured out some stuff on it, and we're gonna probably go ahead and fire it here in a bit. I do want to talk about a few other things that I had mentioned in previous videos, or long time in videos from a while ago, and I just wanted to show you. Sorry for the mess. Of course, I always have a mess. And yeah, but I'm going to show you the carport that we had built and the two-door RV gate we put in. So bear with me. So anyhow, here's the carport that I had mentioned in a previous video a while back that was going to get built. We ended up putting a RV gate toward the brick wall that was here. It really was not in good of a shape, so I ended up putting an RV gate and building a carport. So let me show you a little bit behind here. Alright, like I said, excuse my mess. Right now, this is my dad's truck. Helping him out and swapping the motor out on it. It's just a work truck, nothing special. So that's what's in here now. But as you can tell, yes, I have a mess. But anyhow, here's where I'll be doing most of my work now. Here in the shade, nice carport, and obviously there's cement, concrete. But anyhow, this morning I ended up pulling out the motor out of his truck, and yeah, I mean, it's out, and it is that one right there, and we're gonna be swapping it in with this one right here, another 5.3, just doing a swap, nothing special, no cam, no nothing. My dad's not crazy like I am, but anyhow, yeah, that's what's going in. And like I said, I wanted to show you here the carport. I never really updated you guys on anything from it ever since it's been built. But yeah, it's a great spot to work in, shade, you know, and of course I have my fan there. And yeah, man, it makes it much easier, especially here on the concrete, to work on. The only thing I do want to complain about, or have a complaint about, is the guy who did the cement for me left a low spot here. As you can tell, there's coolant, water, whatever. But I mean, it is what it is. It's done, it's over with. But I'd rather it being this than dirt. So anyhow, got a couple engine stands over there. One of them is my cousin's. The other one I just picked up last week with this other engine hoist. Went up to the valley, picked it up for cheap, as I'm always busy here with engine swaps and cam swaps and all that stuff. But that is a 6.0 480 we pulled out of a van for a buddy that's going to go in an older truck. I'm waiting to get some of this work out of the way to bring his truck, but also I do have a 5.3 on a 2014-15 that I have to swap out. There's a L83 5.3 motor that is going to be next after I finish my dad's. But yeah, man, I mean, it's quite a bit of motors out here and whatnot, but that I got going on. But yeah, another thing too is we ended up getting a lift. I want to say a special thanks to my mom and dad, who were the ones that bought me the lift, as they're always worried about me. And I understand that, you know, safety and stuff like that, and you know, they had told me about it before, and I've never, it's not that I didn't take it in consideration, it's just that, you know, I didn't want them to spend money. But you know, since they know that I always work on vehicles and, you know, putting them on jack stands and whatnot, and makes it more of a hazardous or more dangerous work environment for me. But I'm eventually possibly going to move that AC fan over on the side of the house, and I am actually probably going to extend the concrete from there all the way to the back, and I'm going to put the lift back there. And yes, we do have the lift. It's on the trailer on that side of the house. You know, it's brand new, of course, but a lot of you know what a lift looks like. But anyhow, yeah, that's going to be in the works here next. I just gotta get some of this stuff out of the way as I got motors laying around everywhere. But yeah, like I said, this is my dad's truck. Nothing special. You know, I'm just, you know, helping him out, doing the swap, putting a lower mile motor in, as the one that was in there, you know, was already pretty high miles, and he was having issues with it, and it was just filthy, oil leak, dirty, as you could tell. And yeah, the only other thing I am going to do on his truck is I ended up taking the PCM off, and we're gonna do E-fans on it. Now here in Arizona, the heat, it's crazy, and having a regular small, what is this, 28-inch radiator with the fan clutch and fan, you know, it's a lot of stress and work for the motor. And you know, I noticed when I drove his truck over here, you come to a stop and the temperature tended to go up a little, so I figured, you know what, I'm gonna do E-fans for him as well. Like I said, I took the PCM out, I had it programmed for E-fans, and they did the VAT delete and all that while they were in there. But anyhow, that's this. So let's go on to the next or the main issue, not issue, excuse me, the main reason I was making this video. Go ahead and just lock this up real quick. Alright, so, well, this is another customer's truck. Doesn't have a motor in it, and that's actually the 5.3 that I've been putting together. Yes, it's taking me a while, but I was porting the heads. Heads are at the machine shop now. I'm just waiting for them to come back or be ready so I can pick them up, and I could go ahead and assemble this motor, or finish the rest of it. But yeah, anyways, let's get back to the good stuff here. So as you can tell, the truck's now facing in the other way, because I always had it facing front end out. I decided to hit up Aaron from All Out Tuning, which he had done programmed this computer before, and I figured, you know what, let me tell him what's going on and take it back to him, while I took my dad's computer with me too, so he could do the E-fans and all that. Ended up going up there to his house, and I told him what was going on, what it was doing. So last time, and I don't believe I recorded anything of it, but last time I was burning up the starters. I just like literally pulled out out of here the driver, and like it died right there. And I tried to crank it, and it was just like dead. Ended up pushing it back. I started messing with the starter. I got the new starter and a used starter, and basically it was just like one thing after another with the starter. I mean, I went through 2 used starters, and even one starter that was Leland's that he, you know, landed to me or let me have, and it burnt up too. Well, when I got a new one, when I was hooking up the wire down there from the positive to the actual starter, the little loop that goes around to the main bolt broke off. So I was like, you know what, I'm done. I left it. I was frustrated, so I just let it sit for a while. Well, I ended up getting the starter in, the new one. Got a new wire on there. Hooked everything back up. Last time I said that I had the harness reworked. I did have to, or not reworked, but loomed. I had to unloom some of it because it was definitely short in certain areas. So that's still exposed, which I still have to fix, but that's easy. That'll probably take me like an hour if that. I ended up putting the wire in, the starter in, hooked everything up, fired it up, started up, and I literally just drove it out here to the front yard and it died. Started it back up fine, and then you try to rev it up and it would like choke out or die or something was going on with it. So like I said, I hit up Aaron from All Out Tuning, and I told him, hey, this is what's going on, the truck's doing this. I also have another PCM, I need you to turn on the E-fans and see if you can look at the tune in this truck, because it's definitely not running right, something's up with it. So yeah, he was very helpful with it. He said that the PCM actually had a tune in that the throttle body was a drive-by wire throttle body setup, which this truck is drive-by cable. So that explains a lot. So he ended up taking the file out, what I had in there, putting a brand new file in the PCM, cable driven, and this thing fired up. Now I am going to tell you, this thing is pretty loud, as it is straight headers. The reason it's straight headers because when I was trying to hook up the wires, I was having a hard time connecting some of the wires because they had glass packs and they were in the way. So I ended up taking them off, and yeah, so like I said, I'm going to go ahead and fire it up. It's probably going to be loud, so just warn it. There she is. Shut it off, so I don't want to piss off the neighbors. Well, there she is, finally running fine and idling how it's supposed to. Now I did take it out for a drive, and one other thing I do have to do, and I did mention on a previous video, was I need to raise the truck up, because down here it's super close and it did rub a little bit here. Nothing major, but something I definitely have to fix. because I don't want to destroy these brand new tires. But yeah, man, super glad and happy that it's finally figured out. Sorry it took forever. I put this off to the side so many times as I always have other projects or other people's things to work on. But yeah, man, happily now that it runs, it idles, and it drives. So the next thing that we're gonna probably do to this finally is, like I said, finish those wires, finish looming those up, button that up for good, so I never have to touch those again, hopefully. And we're gonna end up taking this to a muffler shop. I'm gonna have a full custom exhaust built for it. As like I said, you can hear it's straight header, and it's, man, that thing's pretty loud, but it sounds pretty badass. But I don't think my neighbors here would be too happy if I kept it that way. So yeah, these were the little glass backs that were on it, and like I said, they were in my way, so I figured, I'm gonna do full exhaust anyway, so I ended up taking them off, cut them off, whatever. And yeah, after we do the exhaust or get the exhaust done, this truck will be finally taken down to Aaron to get a full dyno tune, and hopefully everything holds up. I don't know about the rear end, as it is a stock rear end just with the G80 locker, GM locker, or posi diff, whatever you want to name it or call it. And it is a 4L60 in it with the shift kit, boost valve, and Corvette servo and all that stuff. So yeah, like I said, happy it's running. I just wanted to give you guys an update on that. And the little carport we have over there on the side. Sorry, we've been very lazy on videos, and I've noticed we have a few more subscribers. Thank you guys, and we'll keep on moving forward with this. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.